Hello, and welcome to Find You Fridays with Lorene. Hello, I'm Lorene Hughes, your beautiful host and reader and creator and intuitive and psychic and all sorts of things. Hi, Melinda. Listening to you too. So good to be back after my lovely rest last week. I very much appreciate you guys giving me the space to do so. Oh boy, she was a rough week, energetically, emotionally, physically. She was a rough weekend. So I am so glad that I had the self-respect, the knowing to just give myself some space on last Friday, to give me some energy and space so that I could actually deal with the weekend as it came through. So yeah, all those lovely energies, especially the Venus retrograde coming down and out, like we're now on the shadow side of her. We've got, I think, Mercury retrograde still going till around the 12th or the 14th, something like that. So yeah, it's been a lot, hasn't it? It's been a lot. So let's just get to busy and sharing out the show tonight so that we can actually have some more friends coming to play. That would be really, really awesome. So yes, let us expand, because we know how to expand, because we're really awesome like that. All right. Oh, no, we want to do it the other way. Okay, fine. Sometimes our technology is just way too awesome. Thank you, Melinda, for sharing out. I am so grateful for you. Right, we've got that pinned up there. I'm feeling very light and fluffy today. I've had an absolutely amazing day, just really chilling out. I have spent some time this morning purchasing a new costume for the Crystal Pyramid Fair coming up in October. So I'm looking forward to that arriving. It's actually coming from Victoria, which I'm so happy about, because, when we order stuff online, we're like, oh, is it actually going to get here in time? And they said, yes, it's been shipped now. So hopefully in the next probably week or so, I'll have my new costume, and then I'll be able to make a choice or see what it looks like, because that's the other thing, obviously, with ordering online, especially when it comes to clothing. You just don't know if it's gonna fit. So that's always a bit fun to play with those possibilities. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, because of course, as we know, with the Crystal Pyramid Fair in October, it is the Halloween one, so that is always loads and loads of fun. All right, so let's get some. I have to share it over to the Find Your Fridays community, because I just don't know if it's actually flowing over there today. So let us, because of all the shenanigans, moving the dates around and stuff. When will I learn? We have Womankind Puka tea tonight, which is always a really lovely one. Like I said, light and fluffy today. We're not feeling all that heavy stuff from the last few weeks. I remember in my last group reading, I did say things were going to be easing up, but that things were going to get a little bit rough too. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with the with the group reading tonight. Alrighty. So of course, if you wish to have an extended reading, you know the dealio, you can certainly pop through a donation into the PayPal link, and that would be really awesome if you did that. I'd be super grateful. Okay, let me do that one. Just There's a couple of new groups that I've joined lately, and I can't remember which ones are the ones that have to have a little bit further notice. So yeah, there's that. All right, and I'm back. Hi. So if you guys want to share it out, continue sharing it out for me, that would be completely amazing, because then I can just focus on you guys. Whew, we've got some good energies running tonight, haven't we? I can feel it's like straight in my face. Love it. All right, let's jump back to there. Okie dokie. Let's see who wishes to come and play for our group reading. Okay. Awesome. Tonight, normally I get out a few cards, decks of cards, ready to go. And today it was just like, you know what? When they come out, they come out. Hi, Edwina. Lovely to have you with us, darling. Did you see? Yeah, you saw the post about me and Alex's dog. Oh, so good. Especially considering not that long ago, I went to give Alex a kiss while he was sitting on the couch. Admittedly, there was other circumstances going on in that Alex was actually feeding him little treats. And I went to give him a kiss, and the dog basically went raw right in my face. And I'm like, whoa, okay. So to go from that to what happened today, I was just like, wow. And also, he's quite an aware little doggy. So I actually really do feel like he was feeling all of the planetary stuff as well as we were. And I really feel like he's also feeling like the of just things settling down this week. And it's just, he's got a lot more space around him too, which is really, really awesome. All right, so let us have a look at the general reading for the collective. We're on the 9-9 portal tomorrow. Oh, how exciting is that for those of you who are into the numerology and the astrology stuff, the 9-9 portals. So the 9th of September through to the 15th of September, let's have a look and see what is it how can we best work with these energies? Obviously the 15th, that's going to be a bit of a special one because it's actually falling on the new moon. Oh, I'm looking forward to that one for next week. We're going to have some really special energies coming up. So that's great. So let's see how we can work with all of these energies, how we can work with the new moon, coming up to the new moon, all that sort of lovely, lovely stuff. So we've got 9-9 at the start of this reading and the new moon at the end of the reading. So, wow. Let's see, what do our teams wish us to know and how to work with these energies even better and with more ease? Okay, wow, those cards came out really fast. Kidoki. Okay. So to start off with, because we're working with the Secret Language of Color cards from Ina Segal for our reading today. So the start of the week is going to see us requiring to access our innovative thinking. So we're going to have I'm actually getting a sense that we're going to have greater access to our creative and innovative thinking. Those problems that are sort of being brewing away in the background there are suddenly going to, go, now I know how to fix that. So use that energy, use this lovely 9-9 energy to pull those energies, the thoughts and the the innovative thinking, the creative ideas, all the problem solving stuff is all going to be just like going flowing really, really, really easily at the start of the week. This may also, because of the speed that these ideas will be coming through, it might be a little bit, I don't know if you all have felt the same, but the last few months have felt very much, and especially the last few weeks, except for this week has changed. But the few weeks before that, it felt like being held back, like in a slingshot. And now it's like we've been let go and we're moving forward again. And it's happening really quickly. So with the speed that happens at, you might be finding that your nervous system is having a little bit of like a, whoa, I don't know what to do. So take some time to revitalize your nervous system. Get out into nature, spend some time, sit on the ground, do some deep breathing, do the things that help you self-soothe and calm, and take your breath from up in the top chest area down into your diaphragm. Really take that time to, do those breathing exercise, even if it's the 4x4x4, the box breathing. All of that will really help to revitalize your nervous system and bring out those good hormones and allow yourself to just, even though everything will be going ping, 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 ping. The next card that we've got, which is sort of leading us into sort of midweek next week, we've got Connect to the Divine, which is saying to me that we've got to make sure that we're connecting up with our spirit team. And even though many of us do this on a daily basis, and sometimes we actively do it, sometimes we just wait till they say something, whatever it is, towards the middle of the week next week, please make sure you make time to connect to the divine. And it's also the divine within, I'm being told. So make sure that you're connecting to the inner you, your beautiful soul, your being, your greater self is really important for midweek as well. And allowing yourself the time to do that, rather than getting swept up in all of these amazing problem-solving ideas and creative ideas that will be coming through thick and fast. It's time to connect with the divine. Make time to slow and pause, not slow, but pause, and just go sit in with gratitude for, the greater, the collective, the source, whatever you choose to call it, universe, whatever you choose to call the divine, the goddesses, if you like. And obviously, as we're leading towards that new moon time, connecting in with the divine goddesses is very, very important too. So keep those two in mind. Make time to rejoice and laugh. Make time and really bring that through towards the end of the week and throughout the rest of the week. Keep that in mind though, like the orange is obviously our sacral chakra. It is where our emotions and passions and all of that sort of stuff is sitting. So the more you laugh, the easier your time is going to be with this shadow side of Venus coming out of retrograde, and just being so much easier to flow with that, because it appears towards the new moon time you're going to possibly require to strengthen your body just that little bit more and allow yourself some space to breathe. I almost feel like I wish to do one more card and see what else pops out, and because I feel like they're just sort of going, yeah, and wait, there's more. It sort of feels like. So let's honor that intuition and that awareness and see what else they would like us to know about towards the end of next week around that lovely new moon. Cool. Interesting. So we've got to strengthen our body, but then it's coming back to be spontaneous and fun. So there's going to be a lot of stuff coming up around emotions. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming up around all that sacral chakra stuff for the next week, towards the end of next week. So don't be surprised if there's some stuff coming up around old pathways, and a lot of that is what's being cleared at the moment too. Retrogrades, especially the Mercury retrograde, and being that it has been teamed with Venus for these last few weeks, has been clearing a lot of those old relationship type stuff. So there might be still a little bit of that bubbling through that towards the end of next week. So just give yourself some time to strengthen. And also with the strengthening of your body, it's obviously doing things like drinking plenty of water, eating fruits and veggies, getting some exercise, getting plenty of rest. Rest is really, really important for strengthening the body. But it's also about doing things like hugging, and that those levels of intimacy strengthens your energetic body as well as your physical body. So, if you're at work and, you can get away with it, hug people. just ask permission first. But just hug people, and you'll be surprised at how much better day they have as well as you have. I do that with my workmates, and to start off with, they're like, whoa. Now they're like, yeah. They love it. They know that when they're working with Lorene, they're going to get hugs and lots of talking and laughing, and they'll still get the job done at the end of the day, which is just really cool. So the overall messages for next week is, you're going to have heaps and heaps of ideas coming through. Write them down, act on them, action them. Be aware of where your nervous system is sitting with all of this new information and the new movements that are coming through. Take time to connect to your spirit team, please, because they have a lot to do with this new information that's coming through. Have fun. Be mindful of what you're eating and drinking, and have fun. Have some more fun. Be spontaneous. See if you can come up with something interesting to do towards the end of next week that you haven't done maybe ever or for a long time. Hug people. That's the message. So let's just double check what the yummy cards, which have a brand new bag, by the way. They used to be in a pink bag, and now they're in a purple one with flowers on it. How cool is that? All right, so let's just see what our yummy card has to say. Whoa, interesting. And we've got forgiveness. Now, immediately as the forgiveness card comes up, where are we? Okay, so there's obviously some of you out there that are requiring for this next week to, along with all of this other stuff that is going on, all these amazing ideas, problem solving and all of that, have a look at where forgiveness sits in your world. Is it forgiveness of self for choices that you've made in the past? Or is it the releasing of someone else from your world that is required this week coming? So don't be surprised if those energies pop up a little bit where you might be resisting and reacting to someone. And if you were to go through that space of forgiveness with them, everything will probably just work out with a lot more ease. Alrighty, so that's the reading for the collective for this week coming. I hope that helps you all. I know I always find them very, very interesting. All right, so let me just double check over here. Yeah, no, we're all good. Okay. Go away. Not you. I love it when my phone does fun things. Alrighty, so how has everybody's week been? I'd love to hear. How's the last 2 weeks been? I'm going to put it that way because you know what, this week for me has been so much easier than the previous week. The previous week was very, very long and very tiring and very crunchy, and you know, it was not a fun week. I'm going to put it out to you. Hence the reason why I had the night off, to rest and recuperate and reconnect. And then this week, like I said, it feels like I've been let go out of the slingshot, and suddenly all my work has been going really, really quick. And as somebody beautifully said to me, it might not actually be that I'm necessarily moving a lot faster. I'm probably back up to my normal speed. It's just that we've been held back for so long that was starting to feel a little bit like the normal. So just just be aware that may also be happening to you too. All right. Now, last week that we were on and playing, we didn't play with the gratitude poetry books. So for those of you who are here right now, please in the chat put a number between 1 and 88 and we'll do a gratitude reading. All right, who's going to be first off the block today? I do love this blend. 56 for Melinda. All righty. Oh, I think this is your favorite one, darling. All right, Melinda, you are the love of my life and my rock. You are the one who makes me laugh even when I am crying. You are the one that I trust when everyone else is against me. You are my heart. You are my companion. You are my soul. And I love you. Oh, this is really interesting, Melinda, because this actually feels like it's your higher self talking to you. You know how when we do inner child work and it's like the being that we are now talking to our young self, this feels more like this is your higher self talking to you and letting you know that you are absolutely loved, that you have support, that you are the one who is so complete within yourself and that there is nothing missing. It's time for you to refocus from what's missing from your life to what will complement your life. And that will help bring through all the things that you really, truly desire to have. So this is a really interesting one because I'm sure you've mentioned this one a couple of weeks. And every single time I read it, it's like it's somebody else talking or some other aspect of you talking, which is really, really neat. So thank you, because this poem it's a popular one, I think. So yeah, your higher self is talking to you. So perhaps that connect to the divine for next week. Perhaps your divine is your higher self. Perhaps your divine is yourself from the future. If we can connect to our past selves, there's no reason why we can't connect to our future selves. Because, quantum dynamics states that time as a line is a fallacy. It's made up. So, maybe over the weekend. All right. I hope that helps, Melinda. I adore you and thank you for that. Edwina, 70. Ooh. Okay, so Edwina, you got number 70, which is spider fog. The water dribbled in rivulets like spiders running down my back. My body washed clean, unlike my heart, which was still in an early morning fog. Stepping out, aware that this was truly a new phase in my life. Those droplets swished away in an instant. The fog is clearing. So, this is such an exciting time for you, Edwina. Truly, truly, truly. So, when we're on this part of our journey, on our spiritual journey, our energetic journey, there is this moment quite often, and I'm pretty sure most people you'll speak to who have been on their journey for a long time will tell you of this. There's these moments where you just suddenly feel like everything you knew before was like not real. It's like foggy. And it's like, this is the moment where there's these moments in your life where you'll feel like you're just stepping out of that. And it's like everything is becoming really, really clear. And it's a little bit scary and it's a little bit exciting. And it's like suddenly you're able to breathe, like you've got really, really super, super fresh air. And it's like, but you still might feel a little bit of those little droplets from the old ways still working its way through your body and your system. So this is, like I said, it's an incredibly exciting time for you, Edwina, and it truly is a new phase in your life. Welcome it, document it, enjoy it, play with it, and just be very present in the moment is what I'm being told here. It's like, just take those moments to breathe and just notice the little things that are around you that bring you smiles and enjoyment. All right, I hope that helps. I would also like to read what I wrote at the bottom of that poem, just to give some interesting context to the poem. I was boarding with an artistic mum and her son at this time. It was a space of ease and comfort for about 3 months while I got my feet on the ground in my new job back in Hawke's Bay. And while I continued to heal and process what it meant for me to function in a life of my own. I remember the day I wrote this poem with a bit of a giggle as I had the song, "I'm Gonna Wash That Man Right Out of My Hair," running through my head. Because that was after the first marriage. So I had put myself back together. I had, like, with the help of my granddad, and life was very different. And as I said in there, it was like I was having to figure out what life was going to look like with me not being in a marriage, you know. So thank you for that one. Sure, Heather, I would love to. You're welcome, Edwina. Heather, reaching out. Help me in this time in my life. Help me to get through these days smoothly. Help me to see the bright side. Help me to achieve what I want in life. Help me to move on to the next stage, to make the most of the only life that I have got. Help me to be happy, but most of all, help me by being there, in thought, feeling, or just as a presence. So please, help me. So this is a poem that is a call literally for help. So Heather, whatever you're going through right now, please reach out to some trusted people. And as I'm going to read this first little bit, because I think it might also explain a little bit of what I'm trying to say. At last I chose to ask for contribution, calling out to the world of the spirit, the world of the earth and nature, to lay my swords down, to become vulnerable to those who didn't judge or hurt. I called to the energies of the earth, although it wouldn't be until 20 years later that I would comprehend that's who I was actually asking for. And blessed be, that's who answered, in the forms of magical rainbows where there should be none, of twittering birds flying close by to grab my attention, of windy days to make me laugh at umbrellas being blown inside out. So, yeah, Heather, whatever is going on in your world right now, please know that you're not alone, and that there are beings of this earth who do wish to support you, and they have heard your call and they are with you. However, it's going to take you dropping down out of that space of stubbornness and into your space of vulnerability for you to be able to really receive them and hear them. And for someone who is, and I'm hearing the word hyper independent, and it's funny, that's come up a lot lately in my world too, where I had once chosen to be hyper independent and now I'm not. And I have to work really diligently on not being hyper independent, and that could be where you're at right now too. And it's tough. It's a tough habit to break. So, and it's not necessarily even about breaking it, it's about softening it. So what I'm seeing in that poem for you and what I'm hearing is there's a lot of heart space going on, and there's a big, massive call for help coming from your heart. So now is the time. Now's the time to soften and maybe reach out to a couple of really close, trusted friends, maybe even just one, and get vulnerable. Okay? But you are loved. You're very, very loved. And by by the nature spirits, by the earth spirits, by your team, by those who have loved you and love you still. Okay? And it's time to allow yourself to receive help. Wrapping you up in lots of big hugs. Even if that's not something that you necessarily have chosen in the past, perhaps it's time to start. Okay. I appreciate you, Heather. Thank you for coming on tonight. Okie dokie. Okay, so I just had a poem pop into my head. So this does not surprise me. So the number that popped into my head was 45. So I'm going to read that out and hope that lovely Alex behind me in that wall back there can hear it. Serenity. Two old souls coming together to form one, living as if it's always been this way. Happiness surrounds us like a light emitted from our being. A calm has spread over me, just as the ocean after a storm. This peace I embrace unquestioningly along with this feeling of wholeness. Oh dear. My team is so funny. Mm. So that was for Alex. All right. So what else shall we do, my beautiful friends? What else shall we do? What else shall we play with? Okay, remembering that if you'd like to have an extended reading, you can pop a little donation through on the PayPal. It is rolling across the screen. It is in the pinned comments. It's in the show notes. Oh, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Now, there was something that was popping up to tell you guys about. Now, what was that? Nope. It's gone out of my head. How awesome is that? Oh, right. Oh, actually, there is one thing I would like to check because I think okay, let's see if I can find it. Cheeky monkey. I can't tell you. How does it get any better? All right, my loves. Well, I feel like you guys wish to have, maybe I'll do one free reading. Yeah. All right. I'm going to write down a number. Cool. And I'm going to ask you to pick a number between. Ooh. Oh, who's just scooched in? Edwina. You sweet, sweet lady. All right. You got me. You got me. What would you like me to focus on, Edwina? And thank you. I appreciate you. That's what I was going to tell you guys. I just remembered. So thank you, Edwina, for popping that through. So the donations went over to my lovely lady in Hawaii, or in Maui, for the fire relief over there. And she said that she was super, super grateful, and that it would be going towards diapers for the little ones, because they're really struggling to get them over there. So that's where her focus has been. On getting the diapers out to the little ones, which is so cool. So thank you all for your donations over the last little while, so that the people in Maui could get some support and relief. So that was really awesome. So thank you for that. Who wants to come and play with Edwina today? You do. Edwina, my love, what question do you have? Just a general reading. All right. No, not those ones. Nope. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Now that helps. Your team is being fun with me today. I love it when they do this sort of stuff. Okay. This is like the bestest part of the show, right? Where I'm just sitting there going, oh yeah. So who knew that you could ask Google to tell you jokes? Because I did. I've known it for a long time, a good couple of years at least. And it's good for a joke. And they do like good old dad jokes. So if you ever want to have just like a really silly out of the box laugh, you can ask for the Google to tell you a joke, please, and it will. And notice how I've been very careful how I've said that, because otherwise all your phones would be going off. But file that one away in your memory banks for later. But we're not done yet. Ooh. This particular card that's coming out now has a lot of energy on it. So I'm curious to see what it is for you. That one's a reedy one, so I'm going to have to read that one to you. All right. So to start off with, Edwina, you got Mao Shan, and she is the Princess of Mercy. So giving is receiving. The energy of the universe is merciful, is what she is talking about. So that's pretty cool. So let me just bring her up and just do a quick interesting. Okay, cool. So she was the princess who is believed to have lived during the Tang dynasty from 618 to 907, and to have been the incarnation of the goddess Kuan Yin. So that's pretty awesome. Let me see. We don't really need that much of her history, so okay, empathy is the most mysterious transaction that the human soul can have, and it's accessible to all of us, but we have to give ourselves the opportunity to identify, to plunge ourselves in a story where we see the world from the bottom up or through another's eyes or heart. Empathy is mercy's twin sister. When we can feel into the reality of someone else's suffering, we open up to the possibility of mercy. So the question that is coming up for you at the moment is, who can I give mercy to in this moment? Giving is receiving, and the energy of the universe is merciful. So just keep that in mind. And if there is somebody that is in your world at the moment that is creating a bit of anger, because we've got here, when we refuse to release our anger towards someone, we're blocking the flow of the universe within us. We are not harming the person who has harmed us by remaining angry. We are keeping ourselves from receiving the love and light that is already ours. So keep that in mind for not only the reading to come, but also remember when I was saying that you're on this really exciting part of your journey? A part of that journey is actually dealing with all of these older energies, these ones that are sort of stuffed down in a way, things that we think we've probably dealt with, but perhaps not quite fully. And this part of your journey will bring those up to the surface. So you'll be thinking about people that you haven't thought about for a long time, or situations that you haven't thought about for a long time, and they might bring up some stuff. So with this period of time in your life is going to be bringing you a lot of wisdom. We've got the magnolia here. And the wisdom that you are going to be able to access moving forward is coming direct from your Akash. So the Akash is also a part, or Akashic records, if you like. Your Akash has also got direct access to the collective knowledge and knowing, the universal knowing. And within that is you have lived many, many, many lifetimes, and you have a lot of knowledge and experiences sitting up in your Akash that you can pull on. And these lifetimes is not only this human bodily form, it may have come from other dimensions, other spaces and places. You may have information there from your soul time, and well, you will have information there from your soul time when you've been in between. And something that is popping up to tell you about is if you haven't really dived into Dolores Cannon, then now might be the time to do that. Okay, she has a lot of really cool stuff around different aspects of your lifetimes. And she's, I don't know if you're very aware of her at all, but she does, well, she used to, she's now passed on, but her daughter still does it, and there's training of how to do past life regression work. And she did a great service to humanity in following through and actually really meticulously documenting these people that she did past life regressions with. She never ever called herself a healer or anything like that, but what she actually did with her past life regression work is she assisted a lot of people to heal themselves in a lot of ways by revealing these past lives and allowing that knowledge to flow more freely through to this lifetime. And so her work is long. She had a long period of time, and she's got many resources out there. She's got books, she's got audio books, she's got YouTube channel, she's got a lot of things, a lot of resources you can pull from. But yeah, she's popping into my head to tell you about. The next card that you've got is connection. So this is very much around making sure that you're allowing those flows that we've spoken about before to go be connected between all of you. Remember? So there's, all those different aspects of you, just making sure that you're allowing them to still go through, making sure you've got all those energy flows going through all those aspects of you, and having that connection to all of those different aspects, and have a conscious connection and contribution through those aspects. So keep that in mind. This period of time is also, you're going to be very full of ideas and creations and amazing things that maybe have been sitting way back off in the little ethers back way over there. They're now going to start coming through very full and with lots of energy. So don't be surprised if you've got a lot of those ideas that are coming through now and into the next few weeks, because we've got this fertility card, which is not necessarily about having babies. Quite often it's about creative ideas, aspects, problem solving, all that stuff that came up in the group reading. This is very much talking about that as well, which is really interesting, right? So we got the beautiful Catalia, your orchid. Oh my gosh, can I even get my words out today? So yes, you're going to start writing stuff down. If you haven't already, start doing it. Use your Google Notes or Keep Notes or whatever it is on your phone. When you get these ideas coming through, just keep writing them down and start taking some action on those too. Wow. And anybody who's on their spiritual journey, which is everybody, will tell you that it is very, very important to cleanse. Cleanse your crystals, cleanse your body, cleanse your mind, cleanse your home, declutter all those things. And so, of course, we've got the lavender in there for this one. Cleansing is very, very important. Cleansing your spiritual space, your energetic space, however you choose to do that, whether you do that with crystals like selenite, whether you do it with, say, Palo Santo or white sage, or, just an incantation, or however you choose to cleanse your spaces. And I'm actually getting that you might need to cleanse your car. So have you had some car trouble or something coming up? Or perhaps it's time to take your car in for a service. Why that's coming up, I don't know. But anyway, cleansing. It's about clearing out those old energies, those old pathways, all that old stuff, and refresh and rejuvenate the spaces in and around you. The next card that we've got for you, my dear, is awareness, which is the gardenia. So along with all of this, your awareness is going to start, is already going bunta, but now it's going to be going even further. So coming back to our group reading, please remember to strengthen your body and refresh and rejuvenate your body. When our awareness centers open, so this is also coming up to tell you, when our awareness centers open to greater and greater levels, what can sometimes happen is our thymus is actually opening up. So when we're about 7 or 8, our thymus center tends to close down, unless you're one of the very fortunate few that haven't had that happen. And what happens is our thymus, which is our awareness center, gets all those capacities get shifted up to our third eye. And so our third eye ends up doing double duty for a really, really long time, until we get to a point in our conscious awareness journey that our thymus starts to reopen and activate, which will then pull it down out of our third eyes, because our third eye is only meant to be doing future stuff. So that's why a lot of people suffer from a lot of headaches, and that's because their third eye is like doing so much work. And when our thymus starts to reactivate, quite often what happens there is we start to get sort of like cold, flu-y type symptoms, but it's like nobody around us has got colds or flus. So that's a really big sign that you're going through what we call a bio upgrade. And a bio upgrade is where your capacities are growing. And at this time in your journey, that's going to be way more prevalent than any other time. So think about it as if, like, when I was in childcare, in my training time of my Cert 3, I was told, and it is spot on, that the first 18 months in childcare for any educator is one of the worst times for sickness, because you will get every single cold, flu, sniffle, everything that the kids get, you'll get within that first 18 months. But after that first 18 months, you'll be pretty much bulletproof, because your immune system will be so strong after having 18 months of dealing with all of these kids' ailments. You'll be sweet as. And because it's in such high doses of these kids' ailments. So this period of time, while your awareness is growing to higher expanded spaces and your other capacities as well, you might be feeling some body tiredness. You might be feeling a little bit snuffly, like a little bit clogged in your sinuses and things like that. Just take it as a chance to rest, recuperate, regenerate, go back to nature, back to gentle breathing, put extra vitamins and minerals into your system, making sure that you hydrate really, really well and detox. Do some maybe detoxy type stuff and rest. Just rest if you can. Take naps, short naps. They're always really, really good. Yes, Melinda, I agree. Dolores Cannon's books and what she's left for us all in her teachings is just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I resisted leaning into any of her stuff for a really long time. And then last year I opened up and I was just like, wow, I can't believe I resisted this for so long. But we get it when we get it. We hear it when we hear it. 21. Okay. And now we've got story time because a fairy card came out for you. So this beautiful little being is a blessing of the Beltane dew. So the fairy gift of feeling beautiful and awakening to your own attractive qualities. How good is that? With every footstep, a magical dewdrop is created on Beltane dawn. When Beltane morn breaks, the sweetest birdsong and the scent of holy fires lit with sacred woods, fairies dance in the delicate leaves and flowers. On the oak and the moss, and everywhere they dance, they leave the dew, shining like crystals in precious chalices of the root and tree and petal and leaf. When you receive this card, the blessing of the Beltane dew comes to you, redolent with its life-affirming properties, restoring to you beauty, reviving the soul's energies, giving a sense of being filled with an elixir that brings us back to our sweetest of selves. In ancient times, and still to this day, those who know the secrets collect the fairy dew, or go sky-clad and have the clover bath that would bring us back to all the years of vital life. The dew energizing, revitalizing, restoring, and returning us to youthful vitality and presence. The blessing and gift of the Beltane dew is yours now. With this card and to you, the fairies say, be well in the face and form. Express your beauty. Do not forget that however many years you have lived upon this earth, your spirit is free and alive, attractive and restored. Enjoy the gift of the Beltane dew, friend, and know thou art beautiful. And I completely agree. So all those spaces and places, Edwina, where you don't necessarily feel very beautiful, the fairies are saying that you are. And to remember your beauty in its ever-changing forms. And I was reminded of this saying a little while ago that I used to say all the time. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and I behold in you. So even if the people around you or whoever is not necessarily telling you often that they think that you're beautiful, tell yourself. Beholding yourself and reminding yourself of the beauty that you truly be. And especially do it on the days when you're feeling a little bit low. Doing that mirror work where you stand in front of the mirror, even if it's only just for a minute, looking deep into your eyes and saying how much you love you. Very powerful, very, very powerful thing to do. Alrighty, Edwina, thank you very, very much for having this beautiful extended reading. I am so honored to have you choose that today with us for this amazing Find You Friday, the first one for September 2023. I am very honored to have you all here, not just you, Edwina, but everybody else who chooses to come and join us for Find You Fridays. And I really look forward to seeing this lovely week as it rolls forward. And take it easy out there, everybody. You all are just so absolutely incredibly amazing. I wonder often, every single bloody day, how did I get so lucky to be connected with such potent, powerful, incredible people? And thank you for reminding me that we are what we be and what we see. So until next week, my beautiful friends, be bold, be brave, be you. Get out there, do something absolutely beautifully tasty for yourself. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.